And we are live.
Whoa. Welcome to the Bearded Bro Show podcast. I am one of your hosts, Dustin, and we are forever joined by
Travis always. How's it going, guys? Hopefully at least some of you jump in. It might be a little early in the night, but I mean, oh look, it popped up. It says we back. I forgot I had notification bell on for our channel. Yeah, an exciting time. We're back, and also we have some announcements, but we're going to
save that.
We're gonna save that for rather middle of the end of this hour. I'm excited though. That's all I'm gonna say is like me and Dustin had a long talk and it was very much needed and a good talk, guys. Don't freak out. We're not unfriending each other. But
no, we did.
We actually work really well together. Just so you guys know a little bit on the behind the curtain. But
we do, and I do believe too. Even with the announcement coming, this is still going on Anchor and everything, right? Because believe it or not, I've actually been like asked a lot recently, like, "Where's the podcast? What happened to the podcast? Like, are you guys still doing it?" And I'm like, "Look, we're coming back," but like things just kind of happened. So
well, yeah, and also is like really what it comes down to is us both being extremely busy. Like both separately with our own stuff. Dustin's got Twitch, I've got my YouTube channel, he's even got his YouTube channel, and like just well, and the wifeys, like that's a big part of it as well. What's up, Oro? Thank you for joining.
Oro.
Humans of Earth, glad to see you back. Appreciate it.
I think Aura's really going to like the announcement. I would say.
Yeah, I think he really is.
It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. And we decided to kind of just like ease back into the cameras. Like, just don't feel like camming. You know what I mean? That sounds so fucking wrong.
What? You know what? And I wouldn't have even been camera ready today. Even if you would have said, hey, let's do the camera, I would have probably agreed. But I didn't even plug it in. So because I was in such a rush to set this up. Because I was like, I've tried so hard to squeeze this in before Dustin's 9 o'clock because I realized Ashley told me you do realize that he's an hour ahead. I'm like, no, I gotta get home. Just like because we're probably gonna go for an hour and
I'm going live directly after this so I can actually like watch movies tonight with the wife. Not movies. We watched movies last night. We're gonna watch Dexter. We're going to watch Dexter tonight because with the new season coming out, she's never finished it. So it's on Amazon Prime and we have that. So we're like, you know what? Let's just do it. Get through it,
Get through it. Get through it. Do it.
Do it. Get through it.
Oh, my Trav Live thing is still there. No. Why does it do that for... Hold on. Let me change this back.
Trav is live, ladies and gentlemen.
Literally, like... it's weird. StreamYard is like you can take it and like put it on any channel that you have. So that's technically the layout for my live streams. But anyway, I'll just hide that.
But yeah, I think we can kind of talk about
like what's happened between the last podcast and now, because it's been a lot of stuff. Like with the Twitch thing.
Yeah, that was huge. That was huge for me. Oro knows all about that. He's literally one of my like best mods. He mods my Twitch channel, so Oro definitely knows. But yeah, we just kind of not necessarily like abandoned the podcast, but we kind of just stopped and never told anybody about it because
took a break. Yeah.
We had plans on coming back, so we didn't want to make a video and be like, oh, like, we broke up. Oh, no. So we really just kind of took some time because basically, as Trav was saying with me with Twitch, I got married. That was like the last podcast we did. It was right after my wedding, essentially. Mm-hmm. And kind of like early June, I got back into streaming on Twitch and my streams did really well and I made a whole lot of money and I saw an opportunity there and I took it and it's just been that way for the better part of the last like 5 months now. It's been crazy.
Yeah. And not to go into like, I'm not going to go super detailed. I'm not even going to go back and read what I said, but I did send Dustin a text one night because I was just, it was nothing, like it was, I don't know, just sort of out of like a little bit of frustration of like, we have our priorities, and I was even telling him yesterday, I was like, man, there's been so many times that like things have been, and it's not just this podcast, like other projects that I want to do and stuff have been like pushed back. Like I'll set aside a day on a weekend to do something, and then like we plan to do a podcast, or I do a podcast elsewhere on another channel, and like, and it just ends, and people just, I don't know, like just nothing really is coming to fruition. Like it just like, and so I'm kind of putting away my channel for that in those moments, like putting it to the side to make space for it. And then when it doesn't happen, it's like, well, now it's already kind of too late to really, I don't know, just a lot. It's been a lot of stuff, and it's, and it's not like I hold no, and just to clear it up, I hold no ill feelings toward like literally anybody. It just like, it was a very needed, like, we're just going to have to put this on a shelf for now until we can figure out what to do with it, because
it was a very mutual decision, because back when this happened, this was like when Twitch, like I knew it, and I told Trav that, like, I think we had planned to do an episode, and I was like, hey man, look, like I think I'm going to go live, and I explained it. I was like, look, like this is, like what's happening with me right now is everything that we talked about wanting to happen to us, and it's just like, I was like, I really just want to like put it,
and
ahead of everything.
And that was the inspiration to send you the message, but that was already a thought in my head for a while. It was like a kind of a built up thing. So I was like, you know what? Dustin's one of my best friends, and I trust him with my opinions and my like, and if I'm really a friend to him, I will just be completely honest. And so I was like, here it is. Here's the scroll. I left him a big message. But it was positivity in it. There was like, hey, like I let him know, we let each other know pretty much. We both mutually agreed we don't want to stop doing something together via the internet. We knew that we don't want to stop. Like we don't, it's just like sometimes life just happens and you have to put something away for a little bit. But later on when we tell you guys this announcement, I mean, I think there's some exciting potential here that will probably drive us even more into wanting to go live and record and like and actually run the podcast the way we always wanted, because like we never wanted to give up on it. I certainly never did. I love just talking about stuff. I love that our podcast is literally just like anything. It's just literally like just come and just talk about like freaking
general conversation,
DC stuff, freaking nerdy anything, and then it can go all the way to like super real life situation stuff, or
which,
like,
by the way,
yeah,
DC fandom is the 16th.
Nice.
So we'll have to be touching on that
episode.
Yes.
But the point is, guys, is that we're gonna try to get the tires moving on it again. So,
and every podcast from here on out is going to be live. It's going to be just like this.
Yes,
it's going to
because it makes it easier. Nobody has to sit and edit something, whatever. It's going to be so freaking raw, dude. Like, it's just like even if we make a mistake, it's there. Like it, because, but the good thing, but I trust us too, because we always hold back on things. Like if there's something that shouldn't be said in a recording, then it's like, well, it definitely shouldn't be said live. So I know we're going to be able to have a cap on that.
Yeah, and I mean, I can also do
cool things like this, and then you guys are gonna be like,
"What the hell is he doing?" You know?
That's so quick too. It's so quick. Like I don't know how. Anyway, but yeah, dude. Like I mean,
my name is Jeff.
It makes me think of Jimmy here with his Twitch streams, because he just put a new freaking bruh on or whatever. So it's like himself saying bruh. But yeah, I mean, it's exciting stuff. Other than that, I mean, our own stuff, Twitch, YouTube, everything has been kind of filling in that gap. I still am as passionate about my own food review channel as I have been, and views are way better than they've ever been. And I just, it's it's definitely a thing. But I also want to take the time to put love into this podcast. But I also, I don't know, like, it's fun, but I would also like for it to, I guess, go somewhere is the better word, is the way to say that. I don't want to say like, oh, like, you know, we have to be so successful on this thing. Like, no, like it can, that was never the mission. Like, we always just wanted to come on here and have fun. But if you think about it, guys, realistically, Dustin's right in himself to like be like, I'm going to do Twitch and put it first because I'm paying the bills. Like,
Yeah.
so it's one of those things, like, I totally get that. And so, it's one of those things.
And it's crazy too. Like I said, Oro is definitely a lot more familiar with kind of what happened. Oro has seen the crazy shit happen in my streams. He's literally like witnessed it from when I came back, and still it's crazy. It's actually crazy that it even happened, and that's what I was telling Trav too, because and when we talk about this announcement too, which I think we can honestly probably just come out and say it at this point, really, is just like he said he had a good feeling about it, and that I was like, that's exactly like the feeling I had, and I just kept going. Like last night I did take a day off basically because if you guys don't know, my wife works overnights. Now both of my kids are in school. So it's like one of those things. It's like sometimes I don't even see her until she's up and we eat dinner. But then we eat dinner, she gets a shower, she gets ready, she goes to work. And it's just like that. Like there's times where, when she's still at work in the morning and I get up, I get the kids ready. Sometimes I fall back asleep and then she comes home and she goes to sleep. So like, it's just, we just don't have time together. So like last night we did take a night together and we actually watched 2 movies, and it was just nice, like to just relax. And then today we spent some time too. Today was a very important day to her. I don't want to touch too much on that because it's kind of a personal thing with her and her family. But like we had a day together, and we went to Spirit Halloween and we got Halloween costumes. Like it was nice.
I'm so hyped about my jacket. I actually wore it to the movies the other day, and I saw like a guy. I don't know if he was talking about it, but there was like a guy behind the counter when we were getting snacks, like that. I think he was sort of pointing at it to another coworker, so they both kind of like stopped together. I don't know. Like I do believe they were like, "Is that like?" I think that might be Naruto, because it's just kind of obvious, but only until you see the sleeve with one of the freaking one of the symbols like on the sleeve and on the back. It's like you don't really know. You just kind of look at it as like a black and orange jacket. But once I put it on, I'm like, this is more than just a Halloween costume. I'm prepared for winter now. It's like super soft, but it's not the thickest jacket either, though. I have a big leather jacket that I love, and a freaking Columbia. Yeah, that was the brand. It wasn't North Face. It's Columbia jacket. But
I have a Columbia jacket
really
too.
Nice.
They are. The only thing about Spirit Halloween is they're so fucking expensive. Spirit Halloween is so expensive.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
Trista's being Harley Quinn, and I'm the Joker. And
cool.
She really wanted me to get the Joker, like the purple jacket he wears from the Suicide Squad, like the big, long purple leather jacket. And I'm like, for one, I'm like 5'3", okay? Jared Leto's a giant. Second of all, I have a fucking beer gut and not a 6-pack, so the Joker tattoo on my stomach's just gonna say fat ass.
Oh, she's literally saying like, wear the jacket with no shirt, like straight up.
Well, she was like, well, we can like get a shirt, and I was like, yeah, they make the shirts like with his tattoo on it, but like I'm still chunky. So I actually got like the classic like Joker like purple pinstripe suit instead.
Nice. Be King Shark.
They had one. They had an inflatable King Shark costume.
Hand. It's like
that was a great movie.
It's like I haven't even thought about it again though. Like I really love the movie, but like something in the back of my head is like, but I don't remember some stuff. I don't know. I just
want to watch it again. Beast
but then,
alone.
like, I remember everything about Let There Be Carnage, so I don't know. But
I think we should drop the announcement on him.
should we drop the announcement 15 minutes in?
I think we're gonna
All
drop the
right.
announcement.
So how do we do Beast alone? That's, I mean, oh yeah, like, just talk like that.
Maybe if Trav and I both worked out, I know, nice. I pointed that out to Trav. I was like, we have 69 subs. Nice.
Literally, and I made a joke about that. So to segue into the announcement, I made a joke to Dustin when he said that. It's like, so you're telling me we're basically, I don't want to say leaving YouTube. Like, it's not the way to say it, but transitioning from YouTube. And it's funny to think about, it's on 69 subs. Like, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
What are the odds that it's on that? Who wants to say it?
We're going to Twitch.
We're switching to Twitch.
We're switching to Twitch.
We're switching the channel to Twitch. And what's really cool about it, because I didn't even really know 100% when I pitched the idea to Dustin, but then I looked at StreamYard, and there's there's all the, like, you could change location. You can literally stream straight. I'm getting tongue twisted. Straight to Twitch. I think there's opportunity there. I'm not saying, like, it's not like a thing where it's like, oh yeah, you guys should unsubscribe because this is just gonna completely close. I want to keep the YouTube channel just in case we use it for something.
Here's what's nice. It can be like a clips thing. Like, if I suppose one of us says something really funny, we can go that route. Also, Twitch gives you the option to save the VOD, so you can honestly just download it and you can take the whole podcast and just put it right to Twitch. And the best part is you can actually link your Twitch account to your YouTube channel, and then you can just click a button on your past broadcast and immediately upload it to YouTube without even downloading the VOD. Twitch will literally do it for you, basically. I just found that out. So it's
the other half over here of the hosting knows a lot more about Twitch than another person. So he will be my guide in that, but at least somebody's already dipped their toes, dunked your whole head in Twitch. So you'll know, and it's also a way for me to give Twitch a full chance on something. Like, that's just something I've always wanted to do, is like actually grow an audience on Twitch and like give it a true shot. It's nothing to do with like, we're not doing well enough on YouTube or anything, but we just see this opportunity because I know, like, there's just so many different categories on Twitch, podcasting and among others.
And the nice thing is it's so much more manageable in terms of things. Like, I have a Stream Deck, and eventually when Trav gets a PC, Trav can invest in a Stream Deck. They're like $130. Mine has 15 buttons. Like, we can like switch scenes. We can like, set it up to like, so we'll drop a link in the chat and stuff like that. Plus, if we hit affiliate, we can make special emotes for people. People can sub, like, we'll start earning income. And it's just better that way. And like, I looked it up, and there is a category on Twitch it's called Talk Shows and Podcasts. Has like almost 3 million total followers for that category. And at any given time, there is 8,000 plus people watching or just listening, as a matter of fact. And if people can just tune in, it's live, we can talk, they can interact with us. It really just kind of opens up a lot more opportunity in terms of what we want to do.
I feel like podcasting, the idea of it makes more sense on Twitch, at least to me. Like, it just, like, whenever I got the idea, I'm like, wait a second. Like, and then I hit up Dustin about it. I was like, you know what? Maybe we should try it out on Twitch. So we've kind of just decided, like, let's make the announcement on YouTube Live, and then the very next episode we record, it's going to be just Twitch.
It's going to be on Twitch, yeah. Yep. So the next episode,
it's like the same episode numbers. I mean, there's no reason to like start over, quote unquote. We can just kind of go. We'll figure out the titling and all that, but continuing season 2 on Twitch, and then that opens season 3 to be fresh on there. So, I mean, I see an opportunity that I don't know where it's going to go, but it's just like what I told Dustin last night is we've learned so much being creators, being on YouTube and Twitch. Like, we've learned that it's like, anytime you have a gut feeling to make a change, you should do it because you have no idea where it's going to take you. And like because after I had Dustin so many times on my podcast, on my channel, like, and then we just decided, let's just create our own podcast. It's like, and see where it went. Like it literally went where it went, and it was for the better. So this might be one of those situations where it just opens up even more doors. And since we both kind of have this good feeling about it, I mean, it totally makes sense.
Right. And, people can grow. I know, like, there was kind of some things going on with Twitch with these hate raid bots and everything like that. But, I know what to do to take the safety measures, I guess, to prevent that from happening. Although it seems like it has kind of slowed down a lot more than what it was a few weeks ago. But Twitch just you can grow almost easier in a way because, people that follow you say like they have some sort of following on Twitch and they're not live, they can actually host the channel, which basically say, for example, say like Ryan streamed on Twitch and Ryan had like 10,000 followers on Twitch, whatever. This is all hypothetical. And say Ryan wasn't streaming, but he could host the Twitch channel. So like if any of his viewers logged into Twitch and are like, oh, it says here that Ryan is hosting so-and-so, they can click on it and automatically put them in our chat. Or if say Ryan was streaming, he could like raid our channel and it would automatically bring all his viewers into our live, and it's just nice. It definitely just makes, and like we could even set it up on there to do like
I feel like there'll be
reactions and stuff.
Yeah. And also the same whenever we were coming up the idea for this podcast originally, I remember having a conversation with Dustin where I pitched the idea of like, and if like for some reason the other can't make it to a thing and you just really, 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 really want to record, which now that means really want to stream, like either one of us can just do that. We could just, which of course, Dustin's going to take that energy and put it into his own Twitch channel. But I'm just saying, like, if for some reason, it would still be, it's basically like, it's both of our responsibility to carry it. And, it'll mostly always be us two, but, there's been situations where we have like a guest or whatever, and the other one isn't there. And me, for one, the specific one, I remember that now because I literally couldn't make it. But plus, it's just best that I stayed out of that one anyway.
Yeah.
It just like since I'm a part of that niche, it's just best that I did not involve myself. I'm kind of happy about that. But anyway, what do you guys think about it? Let us know, the three of you watching in the chat. What do you think about? Ora's already stated that he likes Twitch more. YouTube is a joke. In a way, yeah. I mean, I really think, people stream on YouTube all the time, but when it comes to streaming, man, Twitch is its own monster. And, especially now with freaking Dustin. Especially now with freaking, what is it? What was the Xbox One? It was a Mixer. Since Mixer's out of the picture, Twitch is like, Twitch was always big, but now they don't have to. Like, I don't know if any streaming platform that is created within now and forever will ever freaking hit Twitch, except for TikTok. Like, people have been streaming on TikTok a lot more now too, but
yeah, I mean, Facebook Gaming's up there too, but. I mean, Twitch has issues. Like, don't get me wrong. They are losing a lot of big creators and everything. But it's like at the same time, it's like Twitch really isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Like it's not going away anytime soon is what I'm trying to say.
Like what I've noticed about Twitch, just from like my ghetto setup on Xbox, just streaming straight to it or whatever. But I haven't, even when I streamed Alien Isolation a long time ago on it when I lived with my mom, literally I remember seeing that view count jump up. That's just not something that would happen randomly in the algorithm with YouTube. And I'm not saying that, oh, just you want like 1 million viewers and that's why. Like, no, it just literally, like, I feel like Twitch would be more open window for others to find us. Like there'll literally be, I already know right now, there'll already be these super random people that come and go in, and some of them are probably going to stick around because they'll be like, oh, these guys are talking, these guys are talking about some good stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's why it sounds so good, is because when it comes to Twitch, like they have a totally different, I guess the word is algorithm. I don't know. Like it's like people are going to see it, and who knows where it goes. And you know what? I'm totally bracing for it to possibly go nowhere. But that's the thing, is I kind of doubt that. I'm like, we've put enough time and effort into it, like we've done everything else we do creatively. Well, it'll happen. We just got to have fun with it while we're trying to get there.
Yeah, that's just
exactly what we already do. Fun
it would
first.
just take time, you know. It's just like with anything, it's going to be almost like a fresh start, you know. And like, yeah, we're going to have to work up to try to hit that affiliate level, but you know, like it's not impossible. It's definitely going to be a lot faster than us ever getting into the YouTube partner program.
Because even I'm not back into that yet. Like, it is so freaking grindy, dude. Like, to hit those watch hours, and the subscribers are already there, but those watch hours are no joke. But with live streaming, it's a totally different monster. You can get more watch time faster because you're like going live for like hours at a time. But I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. It's gonna be one big experiment, big leap of faith, and I'm ready for it. I'm hyped.
Yeah. Me too.
What else we got for like 30 more minutes? Because I totally forgot.
We do have the DC fandom coming up, so I'm really excited. I'm hoping that we get some more information about the Batman. That's going to be awesome.
That's probably going to be a new trailer. There's absolutely got to be a new trailer, because that was just a teaser.
I'm hoping for like maybe a release date on the new Suicide Squad, because even though it's going to be available on HBO Max, we have HBO Max or whatever. Like, Tristan and I just love that stuff so much that we'll probably end up getting the Blu-ray version,
right,
of it. You know, I'm kind of hoping for stuff like that. I mean, maybe we'll get some more information about the games that were supposed to come out. You know, such as the Suicide Squad game and Arkham Knights or Gotham Knights or whatever it's called. You know, things I really want.
You never could get that title correct.
I couldn't know.
What is it again? Gotham Knights. Yeah, and it doesn't even have Batman in front of it, which kind of feels weird when you just say Gotham Knights.
And then I hope that, like, you know, Major Nelson from Xbox kind of just gets up on stage and is like, "Yo, we're actually going to make the Xbox Series X really fucking easy to get. So, like, go." You know, I've only...
Give me a new Xbox Series X announcement. Like, you know how they make a new version of it after every Xbox, like how I've got the Xbox One X, like similar, or like a freaking white version of the new Xbox or something. And I'll be like, okay, that's the one I'm getting. Because that's still what I'm waiting on, is a new edition to get rid of all the problems that were with it and everything. And also give me at least one game that it's announced as an exclusive, and I'll start to get it, because literally everything you can play right now on Xbox One is on the new Xbox. And like, I guess for the new, you know, the freaking 4K 60 frames and all that, and the speed of loading and everything, that's what's worth it right now. Yes. But I'm just waiting, because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get one, and then there's going to be an announcement.
Here's my thing. Like, I still have the original Xbox One, like the original Xbox One.
That's the one Tom
and it's just like,
because I gave it to him.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Okay, so there was twice. I had a massive Twitch paycheck one month, like fucking disgusting. And I tried twice for a Series X, and both times during checkout it was pulled from my cart because of bots. And I couldn't. I can't. Trista works with a guy who just got one like last week. He got lucky, but I've tried, and it just is to the point where like I'm so defeated. And Trista was like, "Do you want me to like see?" You know, she's like, birthday, Christmas, like something. I'm like, you. The thing is like she'd probably just be able to do it. Like watch it, like first try, just boom.
Freaking Black Friday, man. Watch it be like, well, I mean, that's when they'll probably go even more. But like my buddy, like, and Ryan knows this because we have a mutual friend, Phil. That man is literally texting me on Twitter all the time, oh, there's one available right now at Walmart.com. Like he is on it. He's on the internet constantly looking. And I keep telling him obviously it's always a situation where it's like, I appreciate you, Phil, for sending me this link, but I don't have the $500 right now to drop on this. But when I do, one day I'll actually probably go for one of his things he's sending me. Like I just told him just keep trying, and I mean, like he doesn't have to, but he's being super nice and like texting me literally all the time, like, oh, Target's got a deal right now. They got like 3 Xbox Ones in, and it's gonna go fast. You better get it now. I'm like, don't have the money.
That's the thing too. Like
you have to be ready. Like that's like basically impossible. It's like, am I gonna save up $500 just for maybe an Xbox?
You don't have enough time.
That was like my thing too. It's like at the same time, it's like, yeah, I'm getting mad because like I want one. You know, like I feel like I deserve a new one. I've literally had this thing for years, and it's literally like at one point in time I literally thought it was dead. It wouldn't turn on for like 2 or 3 weeks. My console it was just done. And I was
I think you texted me about that at the time. I think I remember you telling me my Xbox is just I can't stream on my Xbox anymore. And
it was just like dead.
And then I never heard you tell me that you got a new one, so I think I just assumed like I guess it started working again.
Yeah, it did, and it's just like, you know, like again I was mad because it's like fuck, like I need a new console, you know, like I'm ready.
Yeah,
and it's at the same time, it's like, okay, like that's not $500. That is, it's such a steep amount. That, like
yes.
I think I paid $350 for my Xbox One.
Yeah,
like on Black Friday, like I literally walked into Walmart. I was like, "Give me that Xbox One." And they're like, "Here you go," and I was it.
Yeah, well, kudos to you streaming like such a freaking high quality and really good, internet and all that on that thing because it's working. Like you actually made it work. And I mean, I don't know if personally you've had any moments in streams where you're like, oh, my Xbox needs to restart or some issue. But it's funny because the one that I bought, speaking of Phil, I bought that original Xbox One, the big fat one from Phil when I was making the transition from 360. And I bought that from him and I used it for years, man. Like I still had it up until kind of recently. I would only say maybe I got my X like a couple
years last year. It was like last year.
Somewhere around then, yeah. And so Thomas had his PS4, both of his PlayStations, like just so happened to be both, just freaking fried. So I was like, you know what? I want you to be able to play games with me and stuff. And since this is kind of an opportunity for you don't have anything to game on, here is my old Xbox One. So he has that now. We've been playing Fallout 76 and it still works. I ask him all the time, like, is that thing still kicking? He's like, yeah, it actually works really good. Like, I am so surprised because that thing started to feel like it was wearing down near the end when I had it. But I guess it had a second wind in it because it's still going and it's just going to live on. I just laugh at the idea of like Phil had it, I had it, and now there's a third owner and it is still working.
There you go.
That's the thing. I feel like if I do get the new one, when I get the new one, I feel like I'm just going to keep this thing around just to see.
Yeah.
Just I'm just curious as to how long this thing's going to last because like the day I thought it died, I turned it on and it just like, it sounded like it was about to fucking shoot like fucking jet fuel out of the ass end of it and just fucking explode. I was like, dude, this thing's about to go to space. And it was like, whoa, and then it went, and then it just stopped. And I was like, and like I like touched the top of it and it was like hot to the touch. I'm like, oh dude, it's done.
One issue that I had with the fat one is like it would take longer for me to like turn it off like and I think this is just all Xbox Ones for some reason, because even my X does this, but it doesn't take as long. So you manually turn it off, or you're on your controller, or hit the button yourself. And
then
let's
the button
say
just flashes.
It flashes, but sometimes it's literally off. Like it goes off completely. But then when you turn it back on, you technically didn't restart your Xbox. And I never hit restart, by the way, guys. I personally am just like, if I restart my Xbox, I power it off and manually turn it back on myself. I don't like the restart button on computers or anything. I'd rather just make sure it goes off first and then turn it back on. I don't know why. But it was going completely like no light.
You need heals.
And like turn it back on, and it's as if it never restarted. It's right back up to please sign in. It has the different people that are on that have profiles on my Xbox. Literally, like, and I've counted that on the Xbox One, it still takes, you have to wait exactly 5 minutes before it officially, because it'll go off and you think, oh, it's off now. I can just turn it back on and it fully restart. And I mean, like, show the logo and everything. That's what I got to see. Like, that's like proof that it went off. So 5 minutes, but on the old one, it was like, it would take like 15 minutes for it to fully power off. It made no sense. And I wonder to this day sometimes if Thomas is ever actually restarting it, because there's Fallout is a great game, man, but it still has disconnected from server, or it'll just literally boot you off the game onto the home screen. Just all of a sudden you blink and you're on your home screen. And he's had issues where Fallout won't even boot back up. So he's like, let me restart the console. And then he's like, oh, it's still not doing it. And I kind of wonder in the very back of my head, I'm like, I wonder if he turned it off all the way. Like, because, you got to wait a little while. But I thought that was just a fat Xbox problem. And then I realized, oh, the X still does that. It's just like 5 minutes, though. So just literally look at what time it is, wait 5 minutes. That's not bad. But it's like frustrating, though, that when it shows it went off, that you can't just turn it right back on. So I'm curious when I get a new Xbox, is that still a thing? Because every other console ever has never really had that problem, except for maybe my little slim PS2 that I still have kind of does that. You have to wait for the light to go completely red, but at least it shows you with a light color. Like, old consoles had it down, man. Like, it just, they were easier to use. Ironically, because you would think new technology, these things are going to be great. Like, really not. I almost feel like it got worse. But except obviously all the stuff we can do now, 4K and all that, but it just,
there's pros and cons. I mean, there's trade-offs to it, really.
Yeah. I mean, I love Xbox and PS4, but man, like sometimes I'm like, these things just don't do what you want sometimes. And nope. and just forget when I power outage or anything happens and I lose the internet, like forget ever connecting Wi-Fi back on the Xbox. I will see physically with my own eyes that I have internet again on my phone or via router. And then my Xbox is like trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. Oh, sorry, unable to connect right now. Like it takes like 20 minutes and it finally registers. Oh, here's your Wi-Fi. Sorry. Like it literally makes no sense. It's like, this is a newer console. Like, please be faster. Actually, I clicked on another video on YouTube. But anyway.
Technology.
I just like ranted about Xbox for like 15 minutes.
The technology rant. Well, no, I definitely I feel you. It's just like we moved. We talked about that before in the podcast, and when we moved in to this new place, our internet was so bad, and like the internet at our old place wasn't the best either, and it was just like. One day I got so fucking fed up. I don't even remember what we were doing. I got so mad that like I think my stream kept disconnecting that I like messaged the company. And I just blasted them through a message. I was cussing them out through like a message. They like set up this appointment. They're like, "Hey, look, we're going to have somebody reach out to you, we'll have somebody call you. We'll get it taken care of." So like they called the next day And I'm talking to this guy, and he's like, yeah, no, like you just have the older internet package, blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the shitty thing about this company. This is the only internet company we have in our town, period. Like, we can't get anything other than this company. So we had a package that was like on the lower end, but there wasn't a data cap, right? It was unlimited data. Any other packages at the time had a data limit. So if you went over that limit, which with streaming, which Trista and I both do, plus everybody in my house games, Trista included, it's just like, well, like what the fuck? Like why pay more money just to pay more money? Because obviously we're going to go over the usage,
Mm-hmm.
Then they came out with what's called like the Zoom Extreme package, which is like the highest speeds they offer, and it doesn't have a data cap. And this guy on the phone told me like, oh, it's only like $20 something more than what you're paying now. And we'll like upgrade your internet and all this, just upgrade. So like we didn't upgrade for months. Tristan and I talked about it, and it just got to the point that like the internet would just kept disconnecting, and it would just be throughout the day too. Like it wasn't even at night. And it just got to a point where we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let's just take the extra money, whatever, let's just upgrade. So we upgrade, and they gave us they're called Plume Pods. So now we have this little tiny router. It's real small. It's probably like this. It's honestly smaller than like a Nintendo DS. Like it's small. And we have these pods that plug into the outlets, and we can control each individual device that's logged into our internet. So it's nice because we have a pod in our bedroom and a pod in the kids' room. So like whenever the kids are on in their room, all their stuff connects to their pod. So it's not like bogging down our internet, which is awesome. But the problem of it still disconnecting kept happening. So we called back, we said something. They're like, oh yeah, let us, reset. We'll reset the pods, whatever, So they did. Still disconnecting constantly. So Trista got really fucking mad, and she called him one day, and she's like, what the fuck is going on with my internet? Because first of all, remember I said the guy said it was only like $20 more than what we were paying?
Mm-hmm.
It was over $100 more than what we were paying.
Jeez.
It's ridiculous. But anyways, she like goes over to this gets this lady on the phone, and this lady is like looking. Now, mind you, all these people that we had talked to prior saw the issues because they see that on their end. Like if there's dropped connections anywhere. And this lady's like, oh my God, yeah, you guys are having like really, really bad issues there, And it's just like, well, we've talked to four different people over the last like month and a half, and nobody bothered to tell us this. It was just upgrade. That's what it was. They were pushing upgrades. So we upgraded. And they sent a technician out, I think like a day or two later, and we've never once had issues with our internet since. And all they had to do was come like, the guy was like, yeah, your modem that you had, your router is like super old and outdated. We don't even use that anymore. So he did that. He gave us a new modem, hooked everything back up, went and changed the connections outside and inside, and we've had no issues. But it just pisses me off. It's like the fact that like, okay, every single person we talked to literally saw that was an issue. So instead of telling us that was an issue, you just let it keep happening, But it was fucking... It was ridiculous, and it just now it's a lot better. Now we have like really, really good internet, which is nice, but it's frustrating. It's like that's your job, Like when we're calling and we're like, "Hey, our internet's constantly disconnecting. Like, what's going on? Oh, let us reset your router from our end." It's like, what is that's not doing anything. The 6 other people before you reset our fucking router, and it did nothing.
Ours is called like fill in the blank. Our city name Corp, so I'll call it Corp. But they're actually pretty solid. I mean, like we do have some issues, like every now and then, like just randomly being kicked off for no reason at all. But I can call them, and they're like, their customer service line is 24 hours, so that's really nice. I've called them at like 2 a.m. and they'll be like some dude. Like I actually got in a conversation with an older guy. He's probably 50 to 60 years old or something, and he was talking about being in some other country recently at the time, and there was like a hurricane, something was going on, a big storm or something, and like I don't know, like it was really interesting. Got into a conversation. He like thanked me at the end for like, oh, thanks for the talk or whatever. They're really good, but yeah, every now and then we definitely just get randomly kicked off. Sometimes I question it too because I don't know. I'll be uploading a video, and if I'm even barely watching freaking like, and it feels like it destroys it even more when it's Disney Plus or something like that. It like I'll do it on the Roku TV, and it's like, oh, uploading, and it's gonna be done way like it's like a 5 minute. It's always gonna be like a 5 minute video at most, and it's taking too long. But I just let it happen because I don't want to be bored, so I'm like, I'll just watch this anyway. But it just every now and then I'm like, man, we pay what we pay for our internet, and it's like, which I mean, it's utilities as well. Utilities in our with our bill is all wrapped into, it's got internet and everything, so that's
That's
really
kind of
love that.
nice.
When we moved here, we were really like, we loved that. We were like, nice, that's really cool.
It's
Don't have to worry
convenient.
about a whole separate bill. Just see one price, and that's what I pay. But I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, do you remember whatever because the reason I was even bringing that up was you remember whatever I told you about the lightning strike really close and it freaking fried the router? That is like a whole, man, that was like the worst internet situation I've probably had in a long time. Well, probably, I want to say, I guess the worst because at least in other times I've been able to try to get it back. That's just like, this router is gone. Rest in peace. Like, just can't use anything. Like, it was so stupid. Like, and it's always when it's gone that you realize how much you use the internet for, man. It's like, oh man.
It was so funny. Today, I'm sure everybody knows it. There's literally like a global issue. Like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, like all these apps were down. And it's just like, I got on Twitter and everybody's like, looks like I'm back on toxic Twitter. Facebook down. And it's just like, you literally got off one social media platform that you bitch, whine, and moan about to get on another one to bitch, whine, and moan about another fucking, like, I'm like, Facebook's down. Okay, like,
right.
It was funny because like when Trav and I were trying to figure out a time to do this, I tried to message Trav on Facebook, man, like message her, completely forgetting it was down, and then I'm like, oh shit,
just an
that's
empty
right.
circle is what it shows for messages. For
so then I texted him and I was like, hey,
and then I kind of made the small announcement. You know what? Just keep regularly texting me because I might just be switching like all my best friends to just regular text because I have some people on regular text and some people on Messenger. And me and Ryan, for some reason, I don't know why, but we text on Messenger. And I'm just like, well, and Dustin, but I'm just like, you know what? I kind of want y'all all in one place. But the only good thing about doing it the other way is I mostly text Ashley via regular messages. So whenever I see that green light on my phone, I usually can guess that it's her. But also, and she also has a heart by her name. So if I see green and red, it's like, I know it's her. But that'd be the only thing about switching everybody. But like Anthony texts me on regular text because he just prefers it. And like, it's just weird how it's so different. And I text Lucas on Messenger. But I have all of y'all's numbers, so I'm just kind of like, you know what? Just to kind of slowly, as I get older, just slowly transition out of social media, except for what I do creatively. Like, I want to keep, obviously thumbnails on Instagram and all that stuff. Like, but when it comes to like, I just mindlessly scrolling through Facebook. Like, I'll just be honest. Even if I'm on the toilet, I literally hate it. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm literally mindlessly moving my thumb down to look at nothing. I don't stop and read much. I just scroll. And like, and let's not even go into literally what sometimes is shoved in your face. Like, I don't understand it. Like, Facebook is getting way more pornographic than it's ever been. Like, they'll just be random twerking stories at the top. And I'm like, what is this? Why is Facebook like, what is this?
It's ridiculous.
Like, it's really stupid. And so lately it's come down to when I get on Facebook, it's me logging in. You get you have your picture square, you log in, you see your 6 notifications, check them, maybe reply, and then log out. I've literally been just like, I made the post about my mom and everything, but I kind of decided today, like, that might be my last post for a really long time because I used to just share funny stuff, and I don't even do that anymore, really. I shared the freaking Spirit Halloween Jedi Temple yesterday, which is hilarious because that's gold right there. But other than that, it's like I just use Twitter and Instagram, man. Like I just
And I'll admit it too. Like I'm bad at getting back to people on Messenger. I'm terrible at it, and like I feel so bad because like that's how Lucas and I communicate 99% of the time. I have Lucas's number. I can text Lucas right now, and Lucas would respond. But it's just like Lucas started a new job, which good for you, Lucas. I'm happy for you. You know, he's been working his ass off, which is awesome. You know,
he
like,
graduated, and congrats to him for that.
Yes, yes,
super happy about it.
Yes, Lucas is doing really big things right now, and I'm super happy for him. And it's just like I feel really bad because he messages me on Messenger, and then I see it like the next day, and I'm like, fuck, like I hope he doesn't think I'm ignoring him. Or there's been times too where I've opened it with like every intention to respond to him, and I don't.
Yeah, I do that too, bro. I hate it. Like I hate reading and then not like, and then you know, there's other times where it's just like, oh man, there's a lot of stuff with my mom. Doesn't have social media or anything, but my real mom, my biological mom that lives with her, like freaking will text me on Messenger and I will forget to reply, dude. And it's like, and then like, I don't know. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but let's just say family stuff, like just how it can get really like,
gets messy.
Things gets kind of like I have to correct some things sometimes. And it's like just, I don't like it when people think that I think like a different way than I never have. Like, you know, when you just get questions from people, it's like kind of like questions like, as far as I'll go with it, talking about is like, are you mad at me about something? Like, I don't like, because it's like always the complete opposite. I'm literally like, no, like what just happened in the last 5 minutes? Like, and then sometimes I realize, oh yeah, I didn't read all this. I don't know, but how I see it is when I can get to it, I'll get to it. I have a life outside of social media, and I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Like, social media has literally it's just created this toxic whirlwind of just like, I remember one of my not really friend. I mean, she's a coworker and she's really cool, but and her husband work at I almost said it, working where I work, and she had a post the other day that was like a meme kind of, but it was kind of one of those memes that's like hits close to home. It's like real life. It said, me trying to take care of myself, eat healthy, respond to everyone's texts, keep up with everybody, get good sleep, take care of my kids. And it's like some picture of like, I don't know, like freaking one of those cartoons where it's like Homer or somebody that's super groggy waking up. Like that's really true. Like sometimes if you think too hard about, I got to keep up with everybody, like that's why I've had to just like put up this like wall sometimes of like, I can't make myself care about every single freaking move that I make constantly, because that's just not the way to live. Like used to, we didn't have to ever worry about that. When back in the day, I even grew up, you know, I'm 29. Like I grew up in a time where like phone calls was it, bro. Like, and the internet was just now starting to like, you know, it had been around, but it just, you know, there was certain sites for like chat groups, chat rooms and stuff like that. I remember, you know, people talking about chat rooms. It was like the Facebook and stuff back in the day. And like you can get on RuneScape and like freaking play with other people and all this stuff. And like, and then, you know, Halo 2 came out and like, you know, multiplayer, and Halo 1 had a little bit of it, I think. But other than that, it wasn't the way it was now. And it's just like, sometimes I just have to think like, just treat your life a little bit like how it used to be. Just like, if you really want to talk to me, you'll talk to me. Like, you know, like people will text you. I'm not saying if they really care, because people have lives. I have friends that I haven't talked to in a little bit because we both have lives. And that's just the way it goes. But I sometimes have to put up this mental wall. Like I cannot keep up with everything, because I know what it does to me. I get insane anxiety. Like I will freak out. And it's just like, and it's not healthy. So social media, just trying to slowly put the cap on it and just limit myself to only, like today, I was in a doctor's office. Thank you so much, Facebook, for not being available because I was bored. Like, this was the one day that it went down when I had an appointment, and like a waiting room is when you can get on Pokemon Go and play. But guess what? My Facebook is attached to Pokemon. So, couldn't get in. Just literally like, I'm so bored. And I was texting you and Ryan, and that was it. That was all I was doing. It's like, but I mean, that's good. Like, just have conversation with people. It's better. But it's like
think about like, when's the last time you were like that bored? Like when you were a kid and didn't have the fucking internet. That's the last time you were that bored.
Because that's the only thing I can say is really good about social media nowadays. It comes so in handy when you have to wait on something or wait on a dinner table or something somewhere. Like Ashley will scroll through TikTok and just have so much fun. And I won't lie. When I have watched TikTok out of boredom, it does pass the time really, really well. I will say that. And even TikTok today, I saw one video on it in the waiting room. Then I swiped again, and it was like loading for like forever, and I couldn't get it to come up. So it was literally like the whole internet crashed. Even YouTube was having trouble pulling up videos. I was like, "What happened today?" Literally, like literally, you would think, "Oh, it's just Instagram and Facebook," but actually, like, I kid you not, I had so much trouble, like with all apps. Super weird. Aliens. I don't know. There's a freaking UFO hovering over the planet or something.
It was something.
Recommendations, sir.
Recommendations.
Recommendations for the very last YouTube episode. That's kind of
I got it.
Follow us on Twitch or else.
Wait, what?
Follow us on Twitch or else.
Follow us on. That's the recommendation. I haven't even made the Twitch channel yet, but yeah, I mean, when we do, we will let you guys know.
Yes, we will. No, recommendation.
I'll make a video or something. Like, here's what it is.
Recommendation. Man, it's been a bit. I got a couple here. Don't buy the Bean Boozle challenge because the stink bug flavor is fucking horrendous, and so is dead fish. Don't recommend that. Also, just go do something fun.
Yeah,
like
my recommendation to add to that is just don't sit around like on your couch all day and scroll through social media. Just give social media a break and yes, go do something. So it's kind of like almost the same thing. Go, even if that means video games, like even though that's still not the healthiest thing to sit and do, but you know what? I'll give it credit because gaming can be very unplugging in a way.
Go do something spooky. It's spooky season.
Leaving your phone there, and just that's why I'm really not on my phone at all when I game because my head is like I can't multitask like that. I'm just like, So yeah, just go outside, breathe some fresh air, play some disc golf because I actually am excited to get back to playing so that on the Twitch channel we can freaking talk about disc again because I have not had hardly any practice this year because of the heat and everything.
We haven't really played much either, to be honest with you. Like it's just I did not play nearly as much as what I wanted to, which I mean is fine. But it's just like there have been times where Tristan and I just like without the kids we're like, hey, let's go throw a couple holes, and we have,
right,
which was nice. But yeah, I'm really excited. I hopefully we can actually get out and play it soon. I actually streamed it a couple times when we were out. I streamed it to Twitch. It was pretty fun. So,
dude, think about this for a second. Let me blow your mind. It's almost been a year since you were in the Miles Morales costume. Or was that Miles? Or are you Spidey? Or are you Peter?
It was Miles. I actually just put it on my Twitch stream like a few nights ago. I just remembered
that it was the black suit for a second. I was like, wait, do I remember that right? But that is crazy to think about. We're in October already, bro.
I know my birthday's coming up. My birthday's coming up. My birthday's on the 27th. So
the 30th.
There's that. I'm going to a concert on the 30th.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna say it now. I'm gonna say it now for all you people listening. Okay, I like music. I like Machine Gun Kelly, and I know people like, oh my god, he is in a fight with Slipknot. Fuck Slipknot. I've never liked their fucking music. Corey Taylor's a bitch, and I'm just gonna say it. So if you want to argue with me, we can argue. Fuck Slipknot. Fuck their entire fucking existence. I never like them. I will never like them. And Corey Taylor just needs to fucking retire. So it's funny. I understand being bitter. Be bitter. Be bitter because you weren't wanted on a song. Be bitter because you're 50 years old and wear weird fucking masks. And just be bitter that somebody was able to go from rapping to pop punk, who can still rap, by the way, and is putting out a rap album, and has won multiple awards now, and had an album that went #1 and stayed there for a really long time. Just get over yourself, you old bastard. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Well, I don't have to ask. Does Dustin have anything else to say? So, love you guys. Follow us on Twitch whenever we make that. I'll make an update video, and we'll be seeing you guys next time.
See ya!